my dear children. Hope you guys are doing good health at home. And today I'm extremely happy because I received so many of your worksheets with correct answers. Yes, I'm proud that you are listening the videos carefully. And I received your videos. Yes, the germination videos, and I am extremely happy to see those videos. Thank you children for listening the class very carefully and undergoing the activities. Yes, I am again here with yet another important but interesting concept about animals. Yes, in my last video what we discussed? We discussed about the various habitats of animals. But today in this video, we are going to discuss about the movements in animals. How animals move from one place to another place using their body parts. Yes. So let's get started with the movement in animals. So what is our topic, my dear children? It's movements in animals. Movement in animals. Movement in animals we are going to discuss today. So, around us every day we are seeing number of animals around us. Yes or no? Yes, you are seeing in your neighborhood the cow walking, the dogs running, the cat moving. Yes, you can see the butterflies flying in the garden. You see the birds flying in the sky. Most of you also have aquariums at your home. You can see the fish swimming in the water. Yes, every day we come across a number of animals around us. Yes or no? And they generally moves from here and there, here and there. They are moving here and there, here and there. Yes, why they are moving? What is movement? What is the necessity of movement? What made them to move? Which body parts are involved in their movement? So, we will discuss one by one. Yes, so some of the animals, they uses their limbs, they uses their legs to walk, they uses their legs to run. Yes, some of the animals like horses, they uses their limbs. Yes, they uses their limbs to gallop. Yes, now cow uses its leg to move. Every day morning, a cow wakes up from the shed, comes out of the shed, goes into the garden and start grazing the grass until the evening. And again return back to its shed. The butterflies, in the same way, butterflies flies from one flower to another flower, collecting the nectar. Fishes swim inside the water. So many animals are moving from one place to another. So what is this movement? What is this movement means? Yes, how will you define movement? Movement in science can be used as locomotion. The word locomotion. Yes, children, the word locomotion can be used for movement. Then what is locomotion, children? What is locomotion? Moving from one place to another place. Yes, locomotion means moving from one place to another place in search of food, in search of shelter, in giving birth to young ones. Yes, to protect themselves from enemies. Movement is necessary for animals. Yes, then how will you define locomotion, children? Locomotion, yes, please note it down. Locomotion is defined as moving from one place to another place. Moving from one place to another place in search of food, in search of shelter, to protect themselves and give birth to young ones. Once again I am repeating. Locomotion means movement. Locomotion is defined as moving from one place to another place in search of food, in search of shelter, in search of shelter to protect themselves from enemies and to give birth to their young ones. I hope now you understood what is locomotion and what is movement. So today in this session, we are going to see the different body parts used by animals for their movement. Yes, first we are done with definition. What is the definition of locomotion or movement? Moving from one place to another place in search of food, shelter, to protect themselves and to give birth to young ones. Then why they move? Why movement is necessary in case of animals? Just now we discussed. For in search of food. Definitely, when a cow is grazing in a farm and all the grasses are not there. Yes, definitely the cow will go and search for more grasses in some other places. Yes or no? So, in search of food, the cow will move from one place to another place. Then in search of shelter. Yes, children, in search of shelter. If an animal or a bird feels that no, I am in danger, my house is in danger, I need to move on to some other places and build my nest and search for another house. Movement is necessary. We have discussed the term migration in case of bird. Yes, the birds migrate from one place to another place in search of food, shelter and to give birth to young ones. Migration. For migration also they have to move. Yes, and for giving birth also, for giving birth to young ones or babies, they need to search for a safe place so that enemy can't come and destroy them. So these are the reasons for which movement is very, very, very necessary. Understood, children? Movement means moving from one place to another place. And why the locomotion and why movement is necessary? In search of food, in search of shelter. Yes, to protect themselves from enemies, to give birth to young ones. Yes, so today in this session, we will be discussing about the various body parts involved in land animals. Yes, movement in land animals, movement in aquatic animals, movement in birds, movement in insects, movement in reptiles and movement in human beings. So what we are going to discuss in this session? How movement takes place in land animals. Movement in land animals, movement in water animals, movement in case of birds, movement in case of insects, movement in case of reptiles and movement in case of we human beings. Yes, so without further delay, let's discuss one by one. So first, movement in land animals. Yes, how land animals move from one place to another place in search of food. Yes, in search of shelter, for breeding, to protect themselves. How land animals. What are land animals first of all? What are land animals? In the last video, I told you what are terrestrial animals. The four-legged animals. Yes, children, listen to me very carefully. The four-legged animals which lives on land are called terrestrial animals. Please note it down, children. The four-legged animals which live on land. Yes, the four-legged animals which live on land are called terrestrial animals. Yes, first point, note it down. What is the first point you have to write? The four-legged animals which lives on land are called your terrestrial animals. Then how these terrestrial animals, can you give me some examples of terrestrial animals? So many are there. Elephant, giraffe, lion, cow, dog, buffaloes, horse. So many examples are there of land animals. How do these land animals move? You all have observed. All the animals have got four legs and they uses these four legs for their movement. Yes, these land animals, second point you have to note it down, that these four-legged or four-limbed animals. These four-legged land animals uses their four limbs for their movement. How do these land animals move? These land animals move using their four limbs. Yes, first of all, what are terrestrial animals? The four-legged animals which lives on land are called your terrestrial animals. Yes, second, these land animals uses their four limbs for their movement. Yes. Now, how many legs I told? Four legs. You have all observed that they have front two legs and back two legs. In case of elephant, let's take an example of elephant or cow. They have two legs in front and two legs back. The two limbs or legs which is in the front side is called four limbs. How many legs? Four legs. The front two legs or the front two limbs in case of land animals are called four limbs. F-O-R-E, four limbs. Yes, what it is called? Four limbs. See here. Yes, four-legged animals are four-limbs animals that lives on land is called terrestrial animals. Next, two at the front. Yes, the two limbs which are in the front are called four limbs. Please note down the spelling four limbs. F-O-R-E, four limbs. F-O-R-E, four limbs. The two limbs in the front side is called as your four limbs. And the two limbs which is in the back side of a cow or elephant or any land animals are called hind limbs or hind limbs. H-I-N-D, hind limbs. Yes. Animals have four legs. Two in the front, two at the back. The front side limbs are called four limbs and the back limbs are called as your hind limbs. Yes, children, understood? Land animals, four-legged. Four legs are there. Front, two legs are there or two limbs are there. The front two limbs are called four limbs. F-O-R-E, four, L-I-M-B-S, four limbs. And the back two limbs are called hind limbs. H-I-N-D, hind limbs. Understood? So with these four limbs and hind limbs, these animals move from one place to another place. Yes? Now, you can give a number of examples. Elephant, giraffe, cow, deer, bear. Lots of examples are there. So in this way what happened? The land animals move. In case of rabbit, yes, or mouse, they have also four legs. They are also having four limbs. They use for walking. And the rabbits and mouse, they uses the four limbs for eating. Have you seen the rabbit eating? Have you seen a mouse holding the thing with the four limbs eating? Yes. In small animals, they uses the four limbs for eating. Yes, like rabbit, mouse. Understood? First, in land animals movement, four-legged animals which lives on land are called terrestrial animals. Four legs are there or four limbs are there. The front two limbs are called as your four limbs and the back two limbs are called as hind limbs. Yes, you can give number of examples. Now, let's move on to water animals. Yes, water. As soon as I will speak about water animals, the first animal that comes to your mind is fish. Yes, children? Fish or not? Fish is there, turtle is there, frog is there. So, number of aquatic animals are there. So, let's discuss how they move inside the water. Which body parts they are involving in movement, in swimming inside the water. So, water animals, movement in water animals. Number of examples you can give. So, first let's take the example of fishes. Fishes, water animals. How do they move? You all know, fins. Yes, children, fishes swim through there by using their fins. Yes, fishes swim by using their fins. Yes, and these fishes have got two types of fins. Yes, fishes have two types of fins, paired fins and unpaired fins. Yes, you might have observed in fishes, in the front side they have a pair of fins, and just back side of it another pair of fins are there, and at the end a small tail is there. Yes, in case of fishes, front a pair of fins are there, that is called paired fins. In fishes, in the front side a pair of fins are present, and that fins are called paired fins. And just behind it another pair of fins are present that are unpaired. Yes, and they are called unpaired fins. And at the end of the body of the fish, you will find a small tail. Yes, then how do it works? How these paired fins, unpaired fins and tail helps the fishes to move? First, paired fins. Yes, paired fins helps in pushing the water backside and helps the fish to move forward. It pushes the water. You have seen how the fish swims. The paired fins which is present in the front. The paired fins which is present in the front of the body of the fish pushes the water and moves forward. Yes. And the unpaired fins which is just backside of it, it helps in maintaining the balance of the fish. Yes, and the unpaired fins helps in maintaining the balance of the fish. Even when you observe it, when water is coming or flowing with waves, yes, at that time this unpaired fins helps the fishes to maintain balance during the water currents or water waves. Yes, understood children? And the small tail at the end of the body of the fish helps in changing the direction. Yes, fishes can move this side, fishes can move that side. In any direction it can move by the help of tail. That means tail helps in changing the direction. Understood children? Movement in case of aquatic animals. First, fishes. Yes children, fishes through fins. Yes, fishes move through fins. How many types of fins are there in fishes? Paired fins, unpaired fins and tail. Paired fins helps in pushing the water back and moving the fish forward. Unpaired fins helps in maintaining the balance of the body of the fish during water waves or water current. Next, tail. A tail is present and that tail helps the fish in changing the direction in water. Understood my dear children? Yes, here written the same thing. Fishes have got paired fins which helps them to move forward. Secondly, your tail fin changes the direction and unpaired fins helps in maintaining the balance of the body. Yes. Next aquatic animal is turtle. Yes, the next aquatic animal, your turtles. Turtle also lives in water. It is an aquatic animal. How do they move? Yes, they have also got 4 limbs and their 4 limbs. Turtles' 4 limbs. Listen to me very carefully. The 4 limbs act as your pebble. P-A-B-B-L-E. Yes, they act as a pebble. P-A-B-B-L-E. P-A-B-B-L-E. The 4 limbs of turtle act as a pebble. P-A-B-B-L-E. Pebble to push water back. To push water back and swim inside the water. Although turtle is an amphibian, yes, although turtle is an amphibian and it can also move on land. Yes, so turtle limbs, listen to me very careful. Turtle which is an aquatic animals, has got For pebble, P-A-B-B-L-E, pebble. Yes, their forelimbs are modified into pebble, P-A-B-B-L-E, pebble, which pushes the water backwards and hence they can move forward and swim in water. Understood, children? Fishes, fins, paired fins, move forward. Unpaired fins, maintaining the balance. And tail, changing the direction. Turtle, their forelimbs are modified to pebble, P-A-B-B-L-E, which pushes water backside. And they move forward. And hence they can swim in water. Yes. Next, your penguins. You might have observed, penguins have also got 4 limbs. Yes, penguin has also got 4 limbs and their 4 limbs are called flippers. The front 2 limbs are called flippers. You can see here, penguins, the 4 limbs. 4 limbs means, F-O-R-E, I told you, the front side of the limb. Yes, the limbs which are present in the front side. So, in case of penguin, which is also an aquatic animal. Yes, which is also an aquatic animal. The front 2 limbs or the 4 limbs acts as a flippers. F-L-I-P-P-E-R-S. Flippers. Please note it down. It's very important. Turtle, pebble. Remember, turtle, pebble, P-A-B-B-L-E, which moves water backward and they moves forward. Yes, in case of turtle. In case of penguin, the front 2 limbs or the 4 limbs acts as flippers. F-L-I-P-P-E-R-S, acts as a flippers and pushes the water back and they can also swim in water. Who, my dear children? Who? Penguin. Yes, penguins, the forelimb, the front limb acts as a flippers. F-L-I-P-P-L-S, flippers. It will push the water back and the penguin can swim in water. Again, the hind limbs. Yes, penguin also have 4 limbs, I told you. The front 2 limbs are called flippers, which helps in pushing the water back and moving them forward. And the hind limbs, the hind limbs, yes, of the penguin has webbed feet. You might have observed in duck. They have got webbed feet. Yes, in penguin, the hind limbs has got webbed feet which helps them to walk on the land. Yes, children, you might have observed in Discovery channels. If not, please go and watch it in Discovery channels. Lots of interesting things are there in Discovery channels. Yes? So, penguins. What happens in case of penguins? The front 2 limbs or the 4 limbs acts as a flippers. Acts as a flippers, pushes the water back and helps them to move forward. Yes? And the hind limbs in case of penguin are webbed feet and that helps them to walk on the land. That webbed feet helps them to walk and swim. Because frogs also have got webbed feet. Yes, frogs also have webbed feet to swim in water. Yes, frogs also have webbed feet to swim in water and you might have observed frogs jump. There is a game now, frog jump. Yes, why it is called frog jump? Because in case of frog, it has got long hind limbs, backside limbs. Long hind limbs. With the use of that long hind limbs, frogs also have got 4 limbs. Their front 2 forelimbs acts as a webbed feet which helps them to swim in aquatic water. Yes, and the back hind limbs. They have got long back hind limbs. Yes, they help them to jump. You all have seen about the frog jump. Yes, it's a long jump. And how do they jump? Because of their long hind limbs. So this is how these aquatic animals move. Fishes, fins, yes. Then comes your penguins. Their 4 limbs acts as a flippers. Yes, their 4 limbs acts as a flippers and webbed feet for swimming. Frogs have webbed feet, they swim in water and they have long hind limbs, they can jump. So this is what the movement takes place in case of your aquatic animals. So next, let's discuss about insects. You have seen number of insects. Every day we are seeing number of insects. Yes, can you name some of the insects? Your lizard is there, grasshopper is there, and some of the insects have wings also. Small tiny wings. Butterfly, honeybee, grasshoppers, cockroach. They have small wings in them. Yes, and remember, these insects are six-legged animals. These insects are six-legged animals. Understood, children? How many legs are there in case of insects? Six-legged animals, and they uses these six legs for their movement. Yes, these insects uses the six-legged legs. Yes, the six-legged for their movement. Yes, these insects uses the six legs for their movement. So they have also small wings. Your grasshoppers. Let's take an example of grasshopper. You have seen that green color creature and insects. Yes, green color. It flies to small grasses and grasshoppers. These grasshopper uses its long hind limbs. Yes, it has got six legs. But the back side, the hind limbs are very long that help in hopping. Yes, that helps in hopping. So, grasshopper uses your long hind legs for hopping. Understood? Yes, grasshoppers have long hind limbs for hopping. And some of the insects, you have lice in your hair. Yes, and that lice uses its six legs for crawling. Yes, for crawling. Yes, my dear children, some of the insects like butterfly, honeybee, they uses their wings to fly, housefly. They uses their tiny delicate wings to fly, to move from one place to another place. But grasshopper, they have got long hind limbs to hop from one grass to another grass. Yes, my dear children, and lices. How can I forget lice? In our scalp, in our hair. Yes, it's very itching. Yes, so that lice crawls on your scalp. Yes, that lice crawl on your scalp, and your red bugs also crawl. Remember, grasshopper, long hind legs for hopping, and butterfly, houseflies, honeybee, they have tiny wings to fly, but they are very delicate. They don't have strong muscles in their wings. Then insects have delicate scales and wings. Now, let's discuss how movement takes place in birds. Immediately you will answer me, ma'am. Wings, feather. Yes, birds fly through feathers. Yes, birds during their migration in search of food, to protect themselves from danger, they move from one place to another place by using their feathers. Yes, by using their wings. And these wings are attached to the breastbone of the bird with strong muscles. Yes, birds' feather or wings are attached to the breastbone with strong muscles, and these strong muscles helps them to flap. Flapping, that is called flapping. The wings flap. Yes, these strong muscles which are attached with the breastbones helps them to flap their wings and move, and helps them to fly. Yes, these four limbs of birds are in the form of wings. Of course, their four limbs are in the form of wings. Birds have also limbs, but their four limbs, the front limb, birds' front limbs, four limbs are modified to or changed to wings or feather. These wings are attached to the breastbone of the birds with strong muscles, and these strong muscles helps them to flap their wings and fly in the sky. Yes, dear children. Next, and what did they do? They are also having hind limbs. They help, that hind limbs helps them in catching the prey. You have seen eagle catching the rat. Yes, that eagle catching prey, eagle. Yes, that eagle, vulture, they uses their hind limbs for catching the prey. You can see how a eagle comes from the sky and catches the snake or rat as its prey. And they uses the hind limbs. Understood? So the four limbs of birds are wings, which are attached to the breastbone with strong muscles, and this strong muscles helps in flapping the wings and helps them to fly. The hind limbs of the birds helps in catching the prey and moving on the land. Yes, birds can also move in the land. You have seen it. Yes, so they uses the hind limb there. Like some of the birds like ostrich, your kiwi. Yes, your ostrich, penguin, kiwi, emu, all are called flightless bird, even though they have wings. Yes, ostrich have wings, kiwi has wings, penguin has wings, but they can't fly because their wings are not so strong. Yes, they can only move on the land. Yes, some of them can fly a very little distance. Yes, children. So such birds are called flightless birds. The birds which cannot fly like ostrich, kiwi, penguin are called flightless bird because they can't fly even though they have wings. Yes. Now in case of reptiles, yes, can you tell me some of the examples of reptiles? Give me some names and examples of reptiles. Lizard, snake. Have you seen lizard on the walls of your houses? How do they crawl on the walls? Yes, they have got limbs also. Crawls with their short limbs. Yes, these lizards, they have limbs, but their limbs are very short. And with the help of these short limbs, they move on the walls and changes its direction. Yes, lizards have got short limbs. Lizards have got short limbs. But snake, where are the four limbs in the snake? Can anyone say me? Where are the four limbs? Have you observed the limbs of the snake? No. There are no limbs at all in case of snakes. Snakes have got scales and plates on the underside of their body, which is attached to the ribs. Yes, snakes have got scales and plates which are present in the underside of their body. Yes, which helps in making a grip to the soil, grip to the earth, and they crawl over the ground. Yes, and you have observed snakes generally move in zigzag manner. Why do they move in zigzag? Because they have a strong backbone. Yes, snakes have got a strong backbone and a flexible backbone which helps them to crawl on the earth. Yes, snakes don't have four limbs. Yes, they have scales and plates. They have scales and plates which is on the underside of the body, which is attached to the ribs, which helps in making a grip to the earth, and they crawl. And they have got a flexible backbone which helps in zigzag movement. Understood how the movement takes place in case of reptile? Last one, but the most important one, we human beings, how we move? We have got legs. Yes, we have got legs. Human beings have limbs, but they are very, very highly developed. Yes, we human beings are considered as the highly developed animals because we have got a very excellent brain and very highly developed creature, we human beings. So our limbs are highly modified here. Our hind limbs are legs. Yes, in human beings, hind limbs are legs through which we can dance, we can walk, which can run. Yes, and our four limbs are modified to hands, by which we can write, we can hold things, we can do number of activities. Yes, understood my children? And we have got a very strong backbone, very strong back which helps us to stand erect, my dear children. Yes, humans have got a very well developed limbs. Our legs, our hind limbs are developed to legs through which we can walk, dance, run, and our four limbs are modified to hands to hold things, to grip over the things, to read, to write, everything we can do. And we have got a strong backbone which helps us to keep erect. Yes, I hope you have understood all the things, how movement takes place in land animals, how movement takes place in aquatic animals, ostriches. Yes, how do ostriches move? By tentacles. You have seen ostriches. Go and check it in your Discovery channel. You can see the tentacles. With the help of that tentacles, it swims in water. So how aquatic animals moves in water, how fishes moves in water, how frogs moves both land and water, how insects moves, how birds moves, and how human beings move from one place to another. Hope children, you are understanding it. So you can again go and watch the video, listen to it carefully and stay at home and be safe at home. Bye.